welcome to this week's Sam versus Lee. Last week's picks were players that had been at their clubs for a certain amount of time. So we had various different categories to pick from in terms of the number of years that players have played for. So
feels like a long time ago, this.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Gameweek 26. Oh my God, is it finished yet?
It's finished.
It's finished. Good. We can come back out of hiding. We can start thinking about Gameweek 27. Thank goodness. Good.
Okay, so I mean, let's very quickly skirt through mine, who, let's quite frankly, were awful.
Yeah, this is something we probably shouldn't promote. How well our picks did.
Well, you had one. At least you had one good pick who saved.
Out of the 6 picks, one has done extremely well, and the others have done extremely badly. But let's review.
Actually, at one point during this, I thought that I was only going to have 2 players because I thought one was injured, and I thought you were only going to have 2 because I thought one game was off. So it could have been worse than it actually.
City on, City off. Is it? Gameweek 26. It will live long in the memory, won't it? It will live long in the memory.
All right. So my under 5 years player then was Firmino, who scored 2.
Okay, good.
Was a bit unlucky actually. Could have got so much more.
Missed a bit of a sitter at the end there, didn't he?
Did, yeah.
In your FPL team as well, right?
Yeah. Cost me my top 1k position.
Oh no. What are you now? Top 1.5, I suppose.
Yeah,
That's
like
terrible.
That. Your equivalent was Son, of course, who, with the most ridiculous points haul I've ever seen for a player that wasn't really in the game, but got 13.
For all you Son owners out there, fair play, 13 points. But oh my God.
Where did it come from?
Missed a penalty, got the rebound, and then the ridiculous, who was it, Engels, wasn't it? The defender that just put his...
assisted him.
Foot up and just went under his foot. I mean, what's he doing?
Dear.
Nice finish from Son, though.
Of course. Right, and then our mid loyal
5 to 6 year bracket. Yeah.
I had Bertrand at Southampton, who quickly lost their clean sheet, and therefore he got one.
Weird that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where Ings kind of just left it, and McCarthy was standing in his goal, so it went over.
Strange.
Weird, weird.
And whilst that happened, you lost the clean sheet for Stevens as well. So pretty poor.
Didn't go that well, did it?
Yeah. And then of course in our most loyal brackets, the players that you kind of I certainly thought yours was an absolute banker.
Yeah. This is the 7+ year bracket, isn't it?
So you had Aguero, who's been at Man City for 8 years now. Nothing for him against
Nothing
West
for him
Ham.
At home to West Ham. I think he's obviously well captained in Gameweek 26.
Second most captains behind Salah.
KDB was the one to have again.
It was, yeah. And I had James Ward-Prowse, who I didn't think was going to play because he got injured in the FA Cup the week before, but did play and got 2. So grand total of 5 for me. Truly my most excellent returns ever. But you got 16, so of course you win, which means you have tied back level with me.
Thank you, good in Son.
5.5 all. Sonny.
If you bought in Son for this game week, that is the quickest hello, thank you, goodbye I've ever seen, isn't it? I mean, he's out for the season, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Spurs official aren't saying that, but Mourinho certainly seems to be hinting we'll be lucky to see Son again this season.
Well, however long he's out for, I think he's a sell now.
Yeah,
he's a sell.
Sure. Okay, so let's move on to Game Week 27's picks.
Been waiting to say that for ages. Let's move on to Game Week 27. Yes! Game Week 26.
Okay, so massive thank you to Rachel Joshi this week for our theme, which was to pick players that you haven't owned at any point this season. So you pick a defender, a midfielder and a forward, as always.
As always with Sam versus Lee, yeah.
No other rules apply except they cannot have been in your actual FPL team so far this season. Okay,
very good. All right.
Okay, would you like to start this week? Because it's normally me, so would you like to start with your
defender?
Go on
then, I will start, and I will start with a defender, Matt Doherty, this week. So I'm pretty sure that in my FPL team I'm going to be investing in the Wolves defence in some way. Now I'm going to make a decision between, actually interestingly, not Matt Doherty, because I think he's
expensive.
He's a really good asset, right?
Yeah.
And for Sam versus Lee, perfect, because you know what you're going to get with him. We've seen his pedigree from last season, how advanced that he can get, and he obviously loves an assist, etc.
Sure.
And he and Traore have built up a really nice relationship on that side. But at 6.1, I think there are better value assets for your actual FPL team.
At Wolves especially.
At Wolves, absolutely. And everyone's looking at Willy Bolly because, he's come back into the team, back-to-back 0-0s for Wolves, but nevertheless back-to-back clean sheets. So defensively they look a lot better with him. Certainly their organisation looks better. But spare a thought for Roman Saiss as well. Roman Saiss took a couple of free kicks, actually, in game week 26, and actually was getting on the end of some corners as well. So about 0.3 cheaper. So if you really are scrimping and saving, have a look at Roman Saiss. I think Bolly's going to be worth the extra 0.3 because they seem to want to find him on every single corner and set piece they take. But for Sam versus Lee this week, I'm going to splash the cash and go for Matt Doherty, simply because I think there's even more upside in terms of assists, and of course those clean sheets look better, a better bet now that Bolly's back as well. Okay. So Matt Doherty for me.
Okay, so I'm going to take Matt Doherty.
Go on.
I'm going to slash the budget.
Go on.
And
it's unusual, actually. You normally go for the really expensive ones, and I'll come up with the cheap alternatives. But go on.
Yeah, I mean a little bit cheap and cheerful at the back this week, and with Ender Stevens.
Yes, good. Okay, yeah.
So a home game versus Brighton, who, let's be honest, just travel really badly so far this season.
Yeah, weird, isn't it? Yeah.
And so I'm expecting a clean sheet there. Now, obviously in game week 25, they got the clean sheet, which was nice. And then in game week 26, it was Egan and Lindstrom that were the ones that were kind of getting the attacking returns when that clean sheet went. Yeah. So, you know, I kind of pondered on actually whether I went with Egan over Stevens, a bit like you were saying with your Wolves defender. And in the end, I thought, right, there's only one thing for it. It's going to be a comparison of the two on the Scout website. So I kind of went into
the members area, get in the comparison tool.
Ran through the comparison tool and had a look at Stevens versus Egan in terms of, you know, which one would be the better asset for me to have for Sam versus Lee, but also in terms of your fantasy team, because all right, they've got a blank in game week 28, but after that, you know, you might be looking to bring back a Sheffield United asset in defence, particularly if you've got rid of Lindstrom or you're thinking about it anyway. So when you run the comparison stats, actually there is no comparison between the two of them. The heat maps look far better for Stevens. He's far more attacking than Egan is, down that wing particularly. He also wins hands down for expected assists, expected goal involvement. Why was that so hard to say today? Expected goal involvement. Also wins for touches, passes, all of that good stuff. So if the clean sheet sticks or if there's an attacking return, the baseline bonus points are definitely going to be there for him.
We haven't really seen it much
from
him though, have we? Well,
not yet.
Yeah, we're in game week 27.
This is the week.
Okay, Sam, it's this week.
This is the week.
We've only been talking about it for 26 weeks, Ender Stevens attacking returns. Yeah,
Let's have your midfielder.
My midfielder is a guy very new to the Premier League, Bruno Fernandes. Now, I don't know if I'm cheating a bit here.
Have you owned him?
I haven't owned him. So
then you're not cheating.
Therefore, I meet the criteria.
I mean, right? I could maybe kick off and say, you know, he's
I would if it's the other way around.
He's brand new. Yeah, you would,
definitely. But nevertheless, I mean, from what I've seen, the little we've seen of him in the first two games since he's made his debut at Manchester United, I think Man United have got a proper player here. This guy is a fantastic player, in particular against Chelsea. I mean, in his first game, in his debut, he was pulling people around and he was telling, you know, the more senior players where to go and what to do. So and he carried on in that vein against Chelsea. So and I like that. I like that United have now got a bit of leadership in the middle there.
Sure.
And I do think when Scott McTominay comes back, he's going to be an even better asset when he's playing against a proper number alongside a number 6.
Sure.
Now, if Pogba could just be back to peak Pogba, then he and Fernandes would be an amazing combination.
If he could be Pogba again,
we're just not going to see it, I don't think. So, all right, you're not going to get Pogba, but you're going to get Scott McTominay. And at the beginning of the season, if you'd have said that, you'd have gone Scott McTominay. But he has come on leaps and bounds this season, and I think they'll form a decent partnership.
Maybe it would have been even better if Rashford was going to be back so far this season, but not looking like we're going to see him again before the end of the year now.
Well, I don't think so, no, but nevertheless, you know, Martial, on his day, you know, and you never really know whether Martial's going to have a day or not, really. It's one of the reasons I don't have him in my FPL team. You're never quite sure what you're going to get with him. But with Bruno Fernandes, you know you're going to get a lot of set pieces. He's been taking a lot of free kicks. I think he got an assist against Chelsea as well. So actually been pretty impressive. 2 points in his debut against Wolves, 6 against Chelsea. Home game against Watford. I mean, Watford have been pretty resolute, actually, since Pearson came back in initially. But actually, defensively, have looked a little bit more wobbly of late. Of late, the last sort of 2 or 3 games, the new manager bounce has sort of flattened a little bit, hasn't it? Let's face it.
Little slow puncher.
It's a little slow puncher for Nigel Pearson. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So them travelling, you know, on the coach with the slow puncture up to Old Trafford, that's going to be a difficult game. I think United will take some confidence from the Chelsea win.
Particularly as they've got 7 clean sheets in a row now, because I'm going to raise your Fernandes with Martial as my pick for this week. Because much like you just said, all of those stuff about how on his day Martial can be absolutely excellent. And I think, you know, we're starting to see, and particularly in game week 26, there was a real indication that we were starting to see the Martial that
So hold on,
we
you've
wanted.
never had Martial on your team?
No, so if you think back, there was a game week where instead of bringing in Martial, who I talked about for a couple of weeks, I brought in Zaha, which didn't go very well. And at the time, it was I was worried about the Martial thing because Rashford was a bit injury hit, and I was worried about him not playing and the partnership being missing. But actually,
won't be too many managers that have never had Martial this season.
So there we go. There's Martial in
Very
mine.
good,
Now he's got 2 goals in the last 5 matches, 7 clean sheets in the bounce now, so that's the extra clean sheet points looking good. Building a nice relationship with Bruno. So yeah, I think
never know what Martial you're gonna get though, do you?
You don't.
I don't know with him. I can't trust him.
I think it's worth the risk this week. I do. I think against Watford.
It's a Sam versus Lee risk. You wouldn't bring him in your FPL team, would you? Or would you?
I don't know actually. I think the way that midfield positions are going at the moment, he's a nice price point. He's playing up front because of the Rashford injury. I don't think there's a lot of reasons not to bring in Martial from a FPL point of view.
You actually make a good point about the lack of midfielders actually that are out there doing the business at the minute, particularly in that premium bracket.
Yeah.
With Son out, a lot of people are thinking, how can I spend my Son money? And the reality is, unless you're going up to Mane or Salah, because I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are going to have one of them, and everyone's got KDB.
Yeah.
Where do you go with that money? You're not going to get Pepe.
Well, not off the back of one result.
No.
I think he needs to be more consistent. Same could be said of Sterling.
So Martial,
So
why
Martial
not? Okay, all right.
And what about your forward then?
So my forward is a Liverpool player. Now I was going to obviously that is the fixture that I'm targeting for my FPL captain
I wonder who
this
it
week.
could be if you're going for a Liverpool forward.
It's Divock Origi, of course. No, so I've never had Roberto Firmino in my team. I've flip-flop between Mane and Salah, as a lot of you guys have, I'm sure. And I obviously looked when I was looking at my defensive picks for who I was going to have, and I did consider Virgil. Did not have Virgil in my team this year, but I've got Robertson now. I bought him in last week. And I've obviously had Trent all season, right? But now I've got Firmino, and I was very keen to pick him because I know you've got him in your FPL team, so that was blocking
actually gutted
Firmino as a pick. Now, if you're an FF Scout member, head into the members area, have a look at the goals imminent table. So Joe's goals imminent table, which is basically a staple. You need to have a look at that every single week and have a look who's on that table. Top of that table right now, Roberto Firmino. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the goals imminent table,
don't jinx him, because I could do with the FPL points to
get back
inside the top 1k.
Another reason I'm picking Roberto Firmino. It doesn't work out. You're jinxed in your actual team. So the goals imminent table is all about looking at the last 4 games and actually looking at players' performances over that last 4 games. Now, if you're on the goals imminent table, that means that you've had at least 10 attempts on goal, but you've only scored a maximum of 1 goal. So it basically is exactly what it says on the tin. A goal it should be imminent. And we know with Firmino, he hasn't scored any, I don't think, goals at Anfield this season. So is a goal imminent for Firmino at Anfield? I'd like to think so, hence I'm going to pick him. Now, even if he doesn't get the goal, he's incredibly creative at Anfield. 3 assists, I think, in the last game at Anfield that Liverpool played. And he's the reason the other 2 guys get the goals, right?
Sure.
We've seen it month after month, week after week, year after year. So anyway, he's top right now. If you sort it by big chances total, he's had 6 in the last 4 game weeks, but only 1 goal.
And he was really unlucky not to score that one back in Gameweek 26 with the Trent
probably,
right at the end.
Yeah, could have had
just
one
a little
there.
bit too much fizz from Trent, otherwise that would have been in.
All the stats look good. Shots inside the box, 11, second only to Benteke in the goals imminent table. Shots on target, 6, which is only second to Benteke. What's wrong? Is Benteke going to score this? What's going on here? Goals imminent says Benteke should be the business.
Why haven't either of us picked Benteke?
Because he's absolutely useless. So, interestingly, Benteke looking all right on the goals imminent table, but I'm not changing my mind.
I hope not, because I bought Lascelles in last week for that fixture, so let's hope not.
Goal imminent for Benteke. So I'm going Roberto Firmino. Never had him in my FPL team. He's in my Sam versus Lee team. Who have you got?
Well, I'm really gutted about that because he's I'm almost guaranteed. He's almost guaranteed. He pretty much always gets his assists at home. So even if he doesn't score a goal, you're pretty much going to get some points. And I actually can't pick a Liverpool player easily this week because I've owned Robbo and Trent, Mane and Salah,
you had a good old mix,
and Firmino.
Yeah,
so I've had all 5 of the big hitters. So the only one left was Virgil, and I kind of thought, well, yeah, I could go with Virgil, but I feel like I'm sort of I'm going for a 6-pointer there, whereas I'm hoping that with Stevens I'm going for a bit more than I do.
Okay, all right, okay.
Now you've brought it back level again. I feel like I need to kind of make some more riskier picks.
Running scared, basically. Go on.
So my forward, FPL legend that I've not yet owned so far this
That
season.
you've never had. Yeah, go on.
This season, last season he was ever present, but this year I've not yet
Go on.
owned him. I'm going for Jimenez.
You've not had Jimenez in your
Not
team
yet.
yet? You see, I had him for a couple of game weeks,
And then you
as a
sold
lot of
him.
people, and then sold him. Yeah.
So I've not owned him yet because I've been fairly loyal to my front three over the course of this season. I've pretty much had Vardy, Ings and Abraham, or Vardy, Ings and Firmino.
Kane at the beginning of the season.
Kane at the beginning. So no Jimenez yet. Has got 3 goals in his last 4 game weeks. Broke the Liverpool clean sheet run a few game weeks ago. So
sounds like you were thinking of bringing them in your actual FPL team this week.
I would really like to. Well, I don't know if it'll be this week, but he will definitely be coming in at some point in the next week or two.
Vardy for Jimenez looks good, doesn't it? Going to be a popular transfer, I
think so.
Okay.
His relationship with Traore is a big factor for me this year. They have better goal assist to goal scorer relationship than Salah and Firmino do, than KDB and Aguero do. They're top in the Premier League for the chances that they've made together.
He came alive when Traore came on against Leicester, didn't he?
And that's why I've picked him this week, because Traore obviously
be back in the squad, I'd expect.
I mean, missed out on the start in game week 26 as a result of the injury that he picked up and the dislocated shoulder he picked up, and pretty much,
he's such a tank, Traore. His shoulder came out and they were just like,
put it back in. Put it back in again.
Oh my God.
And obviously got a little bit of a knock and so didn't start game week 26. But when he came on, it was like somebody lit the fuse in Jimenez.
It's a sitter of a header. Should have scored, shouldn't
absolutely. And there were so many opportunities from that moment on with the two of them, and you just thought it was kind of nailed that there was going to be something. So for me, I can only see Traore starting in game week 27. I can't see anything else unless the Europa League throws us a curveball. On Thursday
we are recording
evening.
this before Europa League, so let's hope that there's no. What happens if Jimenez gets injured in the Europa League?
Well, I mean, that happened last time with James Ward-Prowse, didn't it? So I might have to make a substitution if he gets injured, but let's see. I can't see that he will. I certainly hope he won't.
Same for me and Matt Doherty.
It's the same. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll allow substitution if our Wolves players get injured this week. Oh, apparently we won't. So Jimenez it is. So remind us of your 3.
So my 3, Matt Doherty from Wolves, and then I've got the new man Bruno Fernandes at home to Watford for Manchester United, and then I've got the man, si signor, Roberto Firmino up front against West Ham. Bobby's going to win it for me, is he?
Oh.
Home to West Ham, come on.
Well, if he does, I'll be back in the top 1k, so I'll be all right with it. Right, so I've got Enda Stevens, Martial, and the mighty Jimenez.
Very good, all right. Well, remind us of the overall Sam versus Lee score, just I need reminding.
5.5, 5.5.
5.5, 5.5. Weird score, right? 5.5 all, guys. So get into the comments below. Let us know for this game week 27, which is finally here. Game week 27 is finally here. Let us know in the comments, are you Team Sam or Team Lee for this week? Hit that subscribe button, leave us a like before you go.
Don't forget the themes. Themes in the comments for next time.
Yeah, we need that. So we need that.
Very
important.
Otherwise we won't have a video for game week 20.
Very important. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think the theme should be. Thank you to Rishil for this week's theme. Let us know in the comments what you want the theme to be for next week. Leave us a like. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye, guys.